another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comfort together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling.
Yeah, hello. Oh, what's going on? To all of my tea sippers, my crumpet dunkers, my tea brewers, my pot stirrers, and my tea leaf readers. Honey, it's another glorious day, my darlings. And you know what time it is. So, honey, I know you have all of your crumpets together because, darling, it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat. What's going on? What's happening? What's snapping? What's going on in the world of yours today, my darlings, my darlings, my darlings? Oh, honey, listen. I'm trying to hurry up and get through this weekend, okay? Y'all know Labor Day weekend, honey, is supposedly the weekend that culminates the end of summer. You know, here in Atlanta, it's Black Day Pride. And, yeah, I sound real happy, joy about it, don't I? Well, oftentimes, you know, now that I am 51 years of age, you know, I don't necessarily get all that excited about Black Day Pride or any other Pride events anymore because, honey, been there, done that. This now is the season for the young kids, you know, those who are just finding out about themselves, those who are, you know, in discovery, those who are making statements and this and that and the third about who they are and, you know, experiencing what the culture brings, okay? And for me, I don't get the joy and the thrill of all of that anymore. Now, I may, you know, I will go out and partake of an event here and there and carrying on, but I don't get the joy of it because I think for me, over the years, I have become jaded. I've been disappointed in a lot of ways, and I don't feel as though we show exactly why we are proud. Does that make any sense? Outside of, you know, having the parties and this, that, and the other, having a good time, that's cute, okay? That's going to always be there, but the whole idea of coming together to evoke or to emote what being Black, being gay, and being what that pride is, I oftentimes think that we miss the mark, okay? And so because of those reasons, honey, I don't go out here, running out here and carrying on. At this particular point in my life, honey, I don't need another rainbow, nothing. You understand? Now, I have a couple of rainbow pieces that I would gladly, you know, display, but I don't have to go buy another rainbow fucking flag. I don't need a rainbow, nothing, unless I want it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get it because it is to make a statement. I'm so over that shit. It's ridiculous. However, one of the questions that I'm going to ask today is concerning the entire Labor Day weekend, okay? And the question that I'm going to ask you guys to weigh in on is, it's Labor Day. And for those of you who don't know exactly what Labor Day is, okay, because I know y'all just think we've never been told why it's a holiday or why we celebrate it. But this here has been a government-sanctioned holiday, okay, and it's a public holiday or a day of festivities held in honor of working people in the U.S. and in Canada. Okay, is always observed on the first Monday in September. Now, I didn't know this. That some other countries they may do it on May 1st. Okay, and the whole idea of celebrating it is to to recognize and honor yourselves as part of the working force of America. Oftentimes, and I want to get when it first started. Let me see if I could get the year that when did it begin? Okay, why? Okay. Oh, it says that the very first Labor Day in this country was celebrated in 1882, and it became an official federal holiday in 1884. Ha 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 ha. So we've been doing this for damn near 200 years, honey. Okay. 1892. Okay. Come on now. So we've been doing this, for the better part of 100 years plus, and in doing so to honor our working history, to honor those who are, in the workforce, building the country, helping the economy grow, and this, that, and the other. This is supposed to be a holiday that we honor all of that, right? However, this is going to be a pot stirrer question because I know some of y'all may get a little pissed with this, and that's fine. But the question is, in this day and age, in this particular time, where we're in the COVID-19 situation and carrying on, did we earn the right to celebrate Labor Day this year? We know 2020 everything was canceled because we were on lockdown. But in 2021, did we absolutely earn the right to celebrate a Labor Day holiday, or are we just going through the formalities because we know it's a holiday? I mean, let's look at the economy. Let's look at the job market and carrying on. A lot of people are still not working fully. I know I'm part-time still, and et cetera, et cetera. The hotel I work for is not 100% working. There's a lot of people who are still out of work. Hell, I know here in Georgia, they discontinued the unemployment benefits because they thought that our government thought that they were going to jumpstart and get everybody back into the workforce. And it really didn't move the numbers all that significantly, although they keep saying that the unemployment rate has dropped. What it is, I think that they've gotten honest with the numbers because I'm not unemployed, but I was still collecting unemployment benefits partially. And because I was collecting unemployment benefits, that went in saying that I was unemployed, and that there wasn't necessarily true. So the numbers were smudged a little bit. Okay. So for those who are still out of work, for those who are, had to modify their work. Now, maybe you might say, yes, we deserve it because I had to modify this and modify that and, this, that, and the other. So I want to pose that question as a pot stirring question. Did we earn the right to celebrate Labor Day this year? For 2021, did we absolutely earn that right? Okay, with the way the world is right now, and in this culture of the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, okay. So that there is that. So like I said, that's a pot stirrer moment. Okay. But what I'm going to get into today, because once I finish the broadcast today, I got to go to the donut factory, honey. Yeah, I let them talk me into it. I have a new supervisor now that just came in, and he's heard about my loyalty and things and my dedication to the company. And because it is Labor Day weekend, honey, they're expecting, just expecting. And so they wanted to have extra coverage. So they asked me if I would come in. And y'all know I don't work on the weekends right now because this here is what I do. So when you get finished, could you come in, and this, that, and other. And so not to disappoint him or whatever. And because he's new and I'm trying to show him that I am, on his side and don't want to start him off with, having negative thoughts and carrying on. I said, yes, I will come in. So tonight and tomorrow night after the shows, I would be leaving here, honey, and then having to go to the donut factory. So that there is that. Okay. But I don't know how many of y'all caught my Big Meech moment that I had placed on YouTube and on Instagram. I raised a question, and when I raised this question, it was because I was listening to the news, and I got on this whole thing about the Afghanistan evacuations and carrying on. Well, when I did that, honey, you know, I got a couple of children, honey, who want to jump on me, and I'm going to blast his ass right now because TJ, yes, I'm talking about you, honey. TJ was one to call me and be like, "What you mean you ain't heard about this?" And what you, and I had to tell him, shit, I didn't. And probably because I wasn't paying attention, because when we got to talking about the COVID numbers and carrying on, I'm sick of hollering about these damn numbers, particularly when it was overseas. So I blurred out all of that. Sometimes I was on the phone, and when they got to talking about, if it wasn't China, I didn't hear about all the other numbers and carrying on, right? I knew about the UK and the UK variant of the virus and this, that, and the other. So those were things that had stuck out to me as relevance of importance. So I was confused, or basically not confused. I just had the question because I had not heard of, the COVID numbers and carrying on. So we got all these evacuees coming in. And so the questions were, what's going on with that? How are they going to get the vaccinations? And are they going to be quarantined? What is all of that? Considering that we're having a problem over here already in the country with folks not wanting to take the vaccine, not wanting to wear masks and carrying on. We got the conspiracy theorists and this, that, and the other. So TJ, honey, lovely old TJ, he calls me. And Lord, honey, well, listen, I'm going to have to send you this and I'm going to have to send you that because what you don't know is this. And what you mean you don't know about this? And I'm like, listen, this is what I know and this is what I don't know, okay? Now, and understanding this whole thing with Afghanistan and carrying on, because I said, we've been over there for the last 20 years. And so I'm wondering how come, it took 11 days for the Taliban to come in and just really take over the country again or whatever, if we were supposed to have been over there to help deflect to this, to that, and this, that, and the other, right? And so I got concerned about that because I'm like, well, shit, y'all, because that sounds like an inside job to me. There is no way that if you over there and, we supposed to be the allies or whatever, it just seems as though y'all just sat back, let us do all the damn fighting or whatever. Now we say, okay, I'm going to go home. Now y'all just say, oh, well, fuck it. We, give the reins back over to them as if to say, I didn't want to be bothered with this in the first place. Now, understanding our history with that particular country and carrying on, that, over the years, honey, we have always said, I'm still on that bandwagon of we shouldn't have been over there in the first fucking place. You know what I'm saying? Why are we over there trying to bully our ways through? I've been saying this for years, that the more we try to go fight for somebody else's democracy, we end up losing ours. We're losing ours. They're chipping away at ours. Chipping away at everything that we're standing for over here. And then we get cute, and now they're trying to get colorful language and carrying on. And basically what it is, we're starting to get censorship and carrying on. I mean, hell, they might even try to flag me because I'm talking about this shit right now as a hot button topic because they're censoring everybody because under the guise of it's misinformation. No, honey, this is not misinformation that I'm doing. Now, we do have folks out there who want to spot out their conspiracy theories and carrying on and read it as fact, and carrying on versus say, I want you to consider something. And then say, look this up for yourself. Most of the folks sit up there and they give you this shit, as if they swear to God that this is going on and carrying on. And this is what this is versus saying, this is my theory, let's look at these and then, and let's present it this way. There's all about the presentation of it. So over the years, we have been talking about this, that, and the third. And TJ ended up sending me something that I broke it down, and I'm going to play 3 particular clips from this one particular piece that he sent me from Roland Martin. And wait a minute, I got to put my banner up here because when I run the clips, I want to make sure that Roland Martin Unfiltered is credited for these particular clips because I just want to make sure he's credited. And things of that nature, Roland Martin Unfiltered. I just want to make sure I got that banner ready to go. Okay. But one of the things that I want us to look at, it was something that struck me very profoundly, and it had me to take a step back and look at it from the other perspective, because I'm sitting up there looking at it from an arrogant American. Okay, let me put it out there. I'm looking at it from an arrogant American. What? How you not gone XYZ, blah, blah, blah. We've been over there for 20 years and y'all ain't got the wherewithal, blah, blah, blah. I'm looking at it from that particular perspective. But his name is Malcolm Nance, I believe that's his name. He said something on Roland Martin that brought me pause. Okay. And when I listened to it, I was like, ooh, wait a minute, honey. Ooh. So let me start here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to play all 3 clips now, and then we're going to get into discussion. Let me go, wait a minute, before I do that. Hey, Ro. Theo, what's going on, baby? What's up with you? Oh, TJ, you up in here, huh? 3 wars and 1 conflict. I celebrate the rest of my life, okay? How about that? And you've earned that. If you see military folks, they've earned that, okay? And that's what I'm saying. Let's talk about that, okay? Now, Afghanistan, our folk will be your neighbors and people supervisors within the next year. Well, how about that? And that's something to consider and talk about as well. Okay, now let's go into this because I want to play these particular clips. I'm going to play this one first, okay? No, I'm going to play them. Let me start here. I'm going to play them in the order that I put them in. Let me start here. And then we'll go from there, okay?
Keep it going. Where he said, no. I'm going to take the hit, and I think the American people are going to side with me. So while you got Fox News and OAN and Newsmax and all these people, and yeah, certain people on CNN and MSNBC saying that this was loud, this was awful. I mean, I remember seeing one person saying, there's no way we can get 50,000 people airlifted out of the country before the August 31st deadline. We did.
Yeah,
we did.
We did that when it was at around 35,000. And I think it was Eric Bollard who said, what happens if we're a success? And he picked the arbitrary number of 100,000. And we eclipsed that. We blew past 100,000 very, very quickly. The one thing that the United States is competent in is executing a plan. The problem is that the news media, who, by the way, many of them were very beholden to their 1 or 2 time experiences in Afghanistan, living the Whiskey Tango Foxtrot life. And if you haven't seen that movie, I'm going to prescribe this to all your followers. If you want to see why they went after Joe Biden, watch the Tina Fey movie, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, which is about the wild life of journalists living in Afghanistan. It's sort of like an adult amusement park with liquor, right? Where they live in these luxurious villas. They all have private security guards, drive around in armored vehicles to get that perfect shot or to get that interview. And people die all around them. Many of these journalists are regretting now that they don't have that. That life is going away. The people that they met, the experiences that they have. Unfortunately, they do not believe that the Afghan people technically chose this. And I have some news for many of your listeners. Afghanistan has 38 million people. Only 5 million are in Kabul, which means the other 33 million who are relatively rural or living in the smaller cities, they cut these deals with the Taliban and they turned over the keys to the country, and now they have the peace that they want.
And before I go to questions from my panel, this is what I keep saying, and it's hard for some of these people to understand. It's their country. It's their country. And I absolutely understand the concern about women, about girls, about freedom. The Taliban has already made it clear that they're going to lead by a rigid Islamic rule. But let's be real clear. That's Saudi Arabia.
Right.
Look at how the dictator in Turkey, how he's leading. Myanmar, I mean, we can go Philippines. We can go a whole lot of places in the world where America is aligned with folks who do not believe in democracy, do not believe in human rights. Hell, China. I mean, we can go on and on and on. And so this idea that we are going to tell somebody what the hell to do in their country, but then we the same folks, hell, who don't even want Americans telling each other what to do in this country. Come on,
Right.
That's a farce.
Yeah, and Afghanistan is a patriarchal, misogynistic, tribal society, okay? And 90% of that population lives rurally. Very funny, the right wing criticized me for saying that many of them are goat herders. Most of them are goat herders. I mean, this is a rural society that is agrarian. They live on basic subsistence. But you know what their key subsistence is? Islam, as they want to practice it. Islam, as they see it. They are conservative. They are fundamentalist, right? But what they want is they want their cultural norms to be adhered to without a 2,000-pound laser-guided bomb dropping on their head, accidentally wiping out their village or destroying a wedding party with an AC-130 gunship. It's regrettable. But those deaths were principally because we decided that, we would work towards the goals we established, which were not particularly compatible with the average person in Afghanistan. So they spent this last year choosing who they wanted to rule.
Okay, right there, before I go to the next clip. Now, y'all heard me say, for years we've been talking about how is it that we go over there bullying them. America, our country, America, she's a bully, okay? America is a female bully, honey. That girl goes over there and she like the big girl on the playground, honey, that goes after those who she tried to take their candy from and carrying on, right? But I'm going to tell you what stuck out with me in that particular clip. Now, all of this clip is coming from the same day. This is the same Roland Martin Unfiltered program. It aired on yesterday. No, I'm sorry, not yet, on the 1st, September 1st. So if you want to go to YouTube and watch the whole episode in its entirety, just look up Roland Martin Unfiltered and go to September 1st, 2021. Okay. But I'm gonna tell you what stuck out to me, and it stuck out because, of course, I've never been there, And those of you who are military folks who have been stationed over there in Afghanistan and this, that, and the other, you could give me a point of reference. Okay. Mr. Malcolm Nance, he is former military. He said, and in this clip, he said he was, he's a former spy. So, him being over there, he said that 90% of the population there, they live rurally. Okay. And I thought about that because, as I'm sitting up here, like, trying to neck roll about them not learning, learning the practice and then carrying on. We over there for 20 years and blah, 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 blah. And that there is this time, we're over here with the Americans. We already know what's been going on for years and years and carrying on about how they've been able to take care of themselves over time. Okay. But right now, I'm focused on these last 20 years. Okay. And so the whole idea was that we were supposed to be over there to be protection for them. Somehow we were supposed to be some kind of allies or whatever the case may be. But if 90% of their way of life is in rural areas, and they live simple, they haven't, those who defected the country defected, who come over here to live the American lifestyle and carrying on, they left. Those who feel as though that's where they are, and that's who they are. They were born into it, raised into it. This is what they know. They're comfortable with their lifestyle. Okay. So who are we to now go over there and tell them how to live in their own house? Look at you in your house. Okay. I'm going to use me for an example because y'all know I keep telling y'all how horrible my house is at the moment. But I don't care how horrible this motherfucker is, it's mine. Okay, that you come over, you could say a couple things or whatever, honey. You could even, you could criticize it or whatever. At the end of the day, at the end of the evening, honey, when it's all said and done, your ass is going to get up and walk out the door either by choice or by force. Okay, because you don't live here. So yeah, taking your ideas and everything into consideration, you know, I would then make the necessary adjustments that I see fit based on my name being on this motherfucking lease, right? And et cetera, et cetera. So what is it? Us going over there trying to tell these folks that they're savages or whatever the case may be, because they live this way, they live that way, and blah, 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 blah. And isn't it arrogant for us to say that this is a better life and you need to do this to be better and blah, 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 blah. Now understanding that, we have concerns about women, the care of women and this, that, and the other, and all of that, as far as human nature is concerned. One of the things that he said is that particular country, what they are is Islam. They are traditional Islamists, okay? Which means that whatever that faith is, that's what they believe. That is their core. Okay? So let's look at it from a Christian standpoint. Look at America. Okay? Look at America, even with all of our freedoms and the Constitution to back us up and this, that, and the other. We still maintain that we are a Christian country. We don't let nobody else come up in here and try to tell us what's what. Y'all don't let the Muslims can't. You get upset with Muslims. You get upset with Jehovah's Witnesses because y'all think y'all don't believe that they're Christian at all. Anything that is not Christian up in here, everything about this particular country goes topsy-turvy. Child, by y'all arguing over what is real Christianity versus what ain't. Okay, you can't say new progressive and this, that, and the other. Everything has got to be done by this particular letter of the law under Christian value. Everything about us. Child, now here's the funny part. We keep talking about separation of church and state. How can we, when everything that we do is wrapped around some kind of Christian belief? All of our laws are based on some kind of Christian principle. How is it that you say that we're going to have separation of church and state, but at every time we meet for a court, the courts, if you go into court and you got to go up and do your testimony, they make you put your hand on the Bible and make you swear to God that you're going to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. Right? When you go into anybody's meeting, how many of y'all went to your city council meetings or any kind of governmental meetings and carrying on? When you go there, okay, what did they do? After they say the pledge of allegiance to the flag, what do? They have the invocation. They bring somebody, a minister, rabbi, preacher, somebody to do what? Pray. Right? They do it every time. And yet they took prayer out of school and this, that, and the other. But you say we are a Christian nation. And that there is how we follow. So if we do this, how are we over there telling them children that they have no business or they shouldn't practice the way that they practice, even if we don't believe in the standards of the practice? Huh? Isn't that rather arrogant of us? Okay. Isn't that rather arrogant? Let me play the next clip. Because this here, I think, is what kicked me in my ass. Hold on.
The reason that I got through to so many of the walis, right, the senior male leader of the village, tribe, or family, is because I could pray in Arabic. I could speak Islam. I could speak Arabic to them. I could read the Quran in Arabic. I could sing nasheeds in Arabic, which they view as the pure language of the Quran, or the pure language of the Prophet. So it opened immense numbers of doors. The very fact that we have to evacuate tens of thousands of translators shows that for 20 years of war, our people didn't even learn their language. So we have a very soft bigotry of culture. We do not care about the cultures we go into. We want to bring our culture on top of it. You know, we want to teach kids not just to eat chocolate bars, but to drink Rip It, concentrated caffeine drinks and things like that, and create this expectation that they will become a mini United States. Many of the neoconservatives and the politicians who invaded Afghanistan and Iraq, especially Iraq, thought they were going to recreate Germany or South Korea there. It takes 5 minutes on the ground to realize you're never getting there. This is not a place where a Marshall Plan could build them up economically and you could change their culture into being, freedom-loving, small d Democrats. These people live tribally. They defeated Genghis Khan and Alexander the Great and the British twice and the Soviet Union with their interfamilial tribalism. So instead of bringing that and investigating the human factors to determine why we were considered bad, laser-guided bombs, and why the Taliban were considered acceptable, Muslims working towards a cause they could understand, well, then we essentially just fought that war 20 times.
Okay, and there we go. Let me tell you what, like I said, that kicked me. It kind of like put me in check a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I got chin check with this one. Because when he said we were over there for 20 years and we did not take time to even learn their language, but we evacuated tens of thousands of interpreters. When he said that, baby, I had the and put a dunce cap on my head because I didn't think of it from that particular perspective. Okay, because here's what that says to me. What that reads to me is the disrespect that you would have for someone's country. You know what I'm saying? It's the disrespect. Listen, how many of us get upset whenever you go to a hotel or you go to a restaurant or somewhere where you know someone who is a new American? I don't like that. I'm trying to get away from saying foreigners. I'm gonna say new Americans. Okay, you're new Americans. Okay, and you're here. All right, but you have no way of communicating with them because you don't know how long they've been here. All the first thing we said, you better learn English. And this is an English-speaking country. Y'all need to learn English. Now, if we are so arrogant and so bold to say that to those who are over here looking to make a new life, don't you think that those children have the exact same right to sit up there and say, how dare you be over here trying to tell us how to live and carry on? And you don't even know, you can't even communicate with me. You and my shit. And you can't even communicate with me. And then to add insult to injury, you ain't even learning how. You don't even learn how to communicate with me. Okay? Not even, how many of y'all try to learn the basics? I mean, it's human nature. We always want to know the cuss words so we know when somebody's trying to cuss us out, right? Okay? How many of y'all ever learn how to say, I need to go to the bathroom in their language? Okay? I need to get something to eat or water. You know, basic stuff that you have to learn to survive, to get around to say, oh, okay. When he said we've been there for 20 years and we didn't even learn their language, baby, that brought me all kinds of pause at the moment. Because I'm like, okay, wait. Do we actually have justification and reason to see how they could how they could be upset with us? And not just, we hear of those who are anti-America, right? And they didn't want us there and carrying on. And we hear, those who are upset. But do we understand the depths of it? So this particular conversation had me to open my eyes a little more so that I can get the gist of the other side of the coin. You understand? Coming in as an American, I'm looking at it from our troops' point of view. I didn't want our troops there and this, that, and the other. And you got us there. We supposed to be allies and this, that, and the third or whatever. But we over here to help y'all out. And y'all ain't even got enough sense to sit down there and and to take the training and this, that, and the other. Now we finna go to leave y'all the hell alone or whatever. It's time for us to go home. And if y'all gonna let this happen, which means that they might try to bring us back over here. And I'm looking at it from a closed-minded perspective. Okay. Because I didn't want our troops there. I'm, in my mind, I'm thinking I'm protecting the troops, and I'm on the side of the troops, not necessarily those who sit them over there, because I think that we're over there for different reasons and carrying on. I'm just, I'm looking out for the troops. Okay. But now when this child said that, I wow, that chin checked the fuck out of me. Because I was like, wow, wait a minute. That just put that in a whole new light. Because I know I lived in New York for just under a year. But I lived there and I visit New York often. Okay, well, I visit not as often as I would like. And I know when I hear my road dog, he gets upset when he see folks like some of his coworkers or whatever. He gets upset because he's like, they don't even learn the language well enough. I know they will have an accent. He said, but you've been over here 25 fucking years and you still don't know how to speak English? You've been over here this long and you still don't know. And I know I get upset with that when I hear folks say, oh, my English is not so good. Honey, how long you been here? Especially when I know your English is good, but now you want to play the card. Okay. I had to call some of our Latino coworkers trying to get a hold of them because they had took keys home or whatever. And because I'm trying to get a hold of them, I said, hello, they'll play the no habla inglés, okay? No hablas inglés, okay? And hang the phone up, And I'm like, oh no, but if I said money, goddamn, oh hello, they'd have got right then, okay? Who used to pass out the paychecks and carry on, honey? They knew how to say money, money, money. Oh, money, money, money. My Asian ladies that carried on that. They knew how to say they coming to pick up their money. They knew how to say that shit. But everything else, honey, we sit up there. Hey, how you doing? Yes. Yes. Everything was yes. Okay. Don't know how to say shit else. Okay, but payday come. They knew how to say money. I'm here to pick up my money. My name is. Let me go to the comments. Honey. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna start here with Theo. Theo says, well, first, forgive my absence. Now, so seance you cook in, and you get multiple pots on the stove. When considering statistics and information, please consider the source. Was Labor Day started by us? We all know how dedicated you are. Also reliable and dependable. Okay, wait a minute. Now, you know what? Let's go into that because we all know Labor Day wasn't started by us as black folks or whatever, because shit, they talking about celebrating the labor of the workers, honey. When would we ever celebrate it? Our labor or whatever, shit. We were able to have one day off for church, and that was only for a few hours. Okay. So be that as it may. Okay. Let's see. Retired Senior Chief Malcolm Nance, U.S. Navy. All right. Thank you. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot equal WTF. Okay, right. What the fuck? Okay. Hey, Princess, what's going on? Okay. Afghanistan 2021 is Vietnam, November 1955 to April 1975. Wow. 20 years. Okay. You know what? Wow. Now let's look at that. Let's look at that. Okay. Okay. Somebody cue up my girl Shirley Bassey, honey, history repeating. Okay. Somebody cue up that song, honey. It's all just a little bit of history repeating. Okay. But okay, let's look at that, because again, Vietnam War, and that's before my time. I didn't get here to 1970, honey. So we were already enthralled into it. Okay. And that was during the time when folks got drafted. You know, folks were still being drafted into the war and things. And it was either you went to war or you went to jail. And I believe that those who went to jail was considered if you went to jail and did not fight for your country, whatever, honey, that was a done deal. It's the same as having a dishonorable discharge, honey. You are no good to this country. Wouldn't nobody fuck with you. You couldn't get no job, whatever, because they saw you as unpatriotic. You know, how you not want to fight for this country and this, that, and the other? Well, for those who didn't believe in the war, honey, we over there doing some shit that ain't got nothing to do with us. While we over here, and listen, I've told y'all this on several occasions. The reason why I did not go to the military and the Marines were trying to recruit me out of high school. Okay, and a lot of it was because of my mouth. You know, the recruiter that was there, honey, he really wanted me in there because I was very defiant. But I always said God done gave us too much land for us to be trying to fight over a piece of it, all in the name of something. Okay. Isn't that what we get on the drug wars about? We got turf wars and stuff. Y'all call that black on black crime in the hood because this gang is fighting this gang over turf. Okay, we still got red versus blue. Okay, over turf. Okay, that ain't yours, motherfucker. It don't belong to you. It's everybody's land, but because you call yourself trying to control it, we got red versus blue. You know, this gang over this gang because you in my turf. Honey, we got Biggie Smalls versus damn Kansas City Mac, honey. Okay. You know, and carrying on. Everybody want a piece of the action, and let's do it again. Okay, yeah, I'm making movie references. Okay. Okay, good evening, everyone. Be blessed. Okay, hey, Lennis, how are you, darling? Okay, you totally agree with TJ. Okay. Don't believe in religion. Too many lies. I do believe in God. Okay, say that, sweetie. I understand. Theo said, Richard Pryor said it best. Who you gonna believe, me or your lying eyes? My opinion is, if you don't like the way I look, well, hell, don't look at me. Mic drop. Mic drop. Okay. Is in God we trust still on the U.S. money? I believe it is. Okay, I believe it is. Okay, up there, right over there by the pyramid. Is it, yeah, right. Is it right atop the pyramid? However, okay. What'd you say? I have read the Quran. Interesting. Agree to disagree. Okay. Genghis Khan died in 1227. Yes, 1227. The Afghan people fought back Genghis Khan. So that is how long they have been fighting in Afghanistan. Okay, so yeah, they've been fighting. But here's the question, and this is where. We talked about this in history a long time ago, honey. So my history may not be up to snuff, child. So listen, don't y'all come for me trying to sit up there. I know we got Google and the carry on, but I'm throwing this out here as a question because the thing is this. During that time, and during any time somebody is fighting for their preservation, okay, was this really them fighting, you know, a war, you know, that's as complicated as we are here? Or were they fighting for their survival because they didn't want to be taken over? You know, and so here, if that's the case, then why were we over there? If you're fighting for your own survival, then why were we over there to begin with? Because they had nothing to do with us. They pushed out the Soviet Union, then they pushed out everybody else. How is it that we're over there trying to fight for your survival when you know how to do this on your own? You know, so it comes to that particular question. Okay. Bush said mission accomplished in 2003. Yes, I remember that. Honey. It was like, and then it was like, well, because Daddy Bush, was it Daddy Bush or was it Baby Bush? They was sitting up there trying to find the weapons of mass destruction and didn't find any. Well, you weren't going to find them, baby, because they put them up. Because we were the ones that sold them to them. If y'all don't remember all that out of the north, I don't recall bullshit. Okay, I don't recall. Oh, I do not recall that. No, my recollection doesn't. No, if y'all don't remember them damn Iran-Contra debates and that trial, where we got nothing out of Oliver North. I wonder what the hell is he doing now? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, with the billions upon billions of dollars worth of military equipment the U.S. has left over there, they're going to be able to defeat a lot more folks. And whose idea was that? Now, listen, again, child, this ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new as far as them leaving equipment and stuff over there. If the mission was to go catch what the mission was, listen to the mission. The mission wasn't to go over there and to do evacuation and to just bring the troops home. The mission was evacuation of the American people. Okay, they were already starting to bring the troops home. Okay, so now the mission became evacuation. So they wasn't going over there to get the damn equipment or whatever. That wasn't the mission. So they left all that shit behind, which is thousands and millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of stuff that we paid for, that we keep always hearing the folks telling us that we need to strengthen our military. See, it's bullshit like this that have me always question. Every time we get a Republican in office or every time somebody running, and when I hear conservative Republicans end up talking about we got to strengthen our military, what else do they need? What else do they fucking need to strengthen it? Outside of better commanders or whatever. Okay? Supposedly we have the top notch in equipment, in technology, and all of that. We're constantly in research and development. So what else do we need to strengthen the military? And then yet we do shit like this. You know, we sell the surplus to the children. We leave surplus behind. Okay, that we done paid for. Okay, all child back. Okay. No. Okay, what we got? Good evening. Hey, Tracy, what's going on? TJ said people have to remember that Vietnam was an oasis. People vacation in Vietnam. Like you see people go to Cancun and Aruba and carry on. You know what? Now that there, you're right, because I had never been there, so I would not have put that together. But yeah, so now, wait a minute. Oh, that's my children coming in the door. I heard my dad. So now when we talk about these particular things or whatever, yeah. So it wasn't just them, you know, dropping bombs and carrying on the enemy. They killed everything that was in the way. Okay. That was Baby Bush who started that lie. Okay, Tracy, thank you. Okay. All those pretty poppy fields in Afghanistan. I see, here you go. Don't you stop me with that damn. So you're going to take me back to my damn Cleopatra Jones. Y'all know the original Cleopatra Jones movie, how she opens up burning poppy seeds in Afghanistan, honey. Or was she in Turkey? One of the places she burned up, honey. All them poppy seeds. She went over there, she looked around and she said, burn it. Burned all them damn poppy seeds or whatever, you know, so that it wouldn't become drugs on the streets, because, of course, you know, that was a 70s movie, and that there was the thing, heroin and smack and girl and boy and all that. That was the shit on the streets, you know. And what you say? They left equipment in Vietnam. Okay. So again, so that's a copycat on that. So now I went all this because, darling, I'm telling you, it is something to really look at. It's something to really, really look at and possibly open up our eyes to understanding a couple of things. And this is not just to put America up under the bus or whatever. It's to open it up. And if we gonna tell it, tell the truth. Tell the truth. Because what we cannot do is sit down there and edit out the parts that's ugly or does not have us in favorable light. Because that there is not truth. As y'all see what they're trying to do with the textbooks and carrying on. They're trying to turn on these textbooks and they're trying to take out the word slavery and say that these children were not, what is it? Was it non-conforming? What did I read? non-conforming immigrant workers. That non-conforming maybe, I know they call them immigrant workers. Okay, immigrant workers. No, I think it's unpaid immigrant workers. I think that's what it is. Okay, that's what they're trying to put in the textbooks nowadays to talk about slavery. That sounded too fucking pretty. No, you're not gonna do that. No, you're not gonna do that. And we got to stand up. If you're going to tell the story, you got to tell it right. You got to tell it right. You got to tell that right, because it's the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay, that's got to be told. Because everybody want America to be, you know, we good, we glory and this, that, and the other. But we know we got stories up in here, within the country itself, that will sit down there and will have you. It reads like a horror story, because it was. Okay, but we cannot sit down here and turn our backs on that and then want to tell the story to where it looks pretty. That ain't cute. That ain't cute at all. Let me play this last clip from this same session. Listen to this.
You know, the Taliban are children of the Afghan refugees who went to Pakistan when the Soviet Mujahideen war that we were funding was being fought. And so in those camps, they became the Talib, right? The students who were studying fundamentalist Islam, and therefore when they came together as a combat arm, they were the Taliban, those who are students or those who are educated in Islam. Well, maybe we can moderate some of that with United Nations High Commission for Refugees. Drop $10 billion in their laps, and the UN will work with the countries the Taliban trust. Qatar, Oman, Turkey, and in some respects, Pakistan. And maybe we can maintain these gains for women. Maybe the Taliban don't want to be North Korea of Southwest Asia. Maybe they want to be the Saudi Arabia of Southwest Asia, which means women will put the burqa back on. They will be what we call Mia bil Mia, which is 100%. That's all black, all gloves, all socks. That's what the Saudis are. And they're considered relatively liberal compared to the Taliban. The Saudis themselves will want to have a moderating effect on them and to create this Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan. But we have to support the global organizations. And you know, the minute we do this, we execute the Malcolm Plan, the right wing will go crazy about the New World Order because they're crazy. And they hate anything that will benefit people of color on the other side of the world, even if it is the most successful food programs that moderates the Taliban's extremist activities. These people won't care. You and I both know that.
Final question, Cleo Monago from Malcolm X.
All right. And there we have it. And I wanted to make sure that I played that particular clip because I know a lot of us, we hear Taliban or whatever, and we instantly think terrorism or terrorist. You know, we instantly think, you know, negative. Okay. And when he outlined that definition, you know, I never thought to look up the word Taliban. I'm going to just be honest with you, because every time I've heard it over the years, over all these years, it was always about the people who were going to war, taking over stuff. You know, they were like, you know, hail to America and all that kind of jazz. So, you know, all we knew was that they were terrorists, okay, or you know, they were at war and things of that nature. They were the warriors and blah blah blah. But for Mr. Nance to break that down like that, to say, okay, no, being someone who has studied the language, the Arabic language, to break that down, no, they are students of Islam. Okay, now for those of y'all who study Islam and carry on, I understand that there's many different sects to it. You know, there are, you know, those who are the extremists and carrying on and all of that. Same like we have in Christianity, because Christianity have these extreme Christian folk And y'all seen them on the internet and carrying on. Y'all seen them to where the women are subservient. They're not submissive. They are subservient. There are a lot of folks who believe when they call what they call the Torah, which is supposedly the first 5 books of the Bible, which is all Old Testament. So they believe, in that way of life and carrying on, which in that particular time, the way how it was written and the way how it was taught, women were property. Women were only used for procreation, which is why a lot of folks look at sex dirty and carrying on. If you're not trying to have no kids, you shouldn't be fucking, is what they're trying to say. But also at the same time, what they say is that a woman is supposed to be for a man's pleasure. So isn't that already a contradiction? If I'm not trying to have a baby with you, but yet because y'all seen this in many of the movies and carrying on, whenever a man and a government official or somebody was coming to visit a country or whatever, hell, they made sure that he had a concubine or something for the evening. Okay. Now, again, I'm saying all that from a movie reference. Those of y'all who've been to other countries, I've heard the stories from those who've been in other countries and how, hell, the brothels and carrying on and a lot of the women and stuff are looking at American soldiers and things and looking to make sure, hell, a lot of them have been trained, that they're raised to be the apple of a soldier's eye and carrying on and this, that, now. And it's more than just for monetary gain because they know the boys come over there to spend that coin. But it was more to it than that from what I've been told. So this is not nothing new. But yet, we have a lot of folks who are into, you want to say that was radical teachings and they're extremists and carrying on. But that's also their belief system. And one of the things that we say that we believe in, when we go over to somebody else's country, we take our values with us, right? That you have a right to, freedom of religion and carrying on and blah, 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 blah. Now, if we hold on to our values, we also have to adapt when we in somebody else's house. Okay? How many of y'all go over to somebody's house and they say, take your shoes off at the door? Okay? Because they don't want you walking in there on the floor with, and carrying on. Some of it is religious reasons, but some of it is because a lot of folks, they're germaphobes or whatever, came out there walking on this damn dirty ass grass and concrete or whatever. I don't know what you're tracking in my house. You could take your shoes off at the door. Now, if you're going over to somebody's house like that, you're going to make sure that wash the bottom of your damn feet, don't you? And y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about those of y'all who make sure that I'm not talking about those who don't never shower or whatever, but you know what the hell I'm talking about. When you're going over to somebody's house, you don't grab that extra pair of socks that you had on yesterday. You grab the clean white ones, because you're going to walk on somebody's carpet and you don't want to have the dirt, little soil on the bottom. You don't use yesterday's socks, do you? Like you do when you're trying to run out to the store or whatever. Okay. You always put something on because you're going over to that house. Or some folks will have little footies at the door, or you bring your pair of footies. If you like to go barefoot, you put your footies in your purse or your little bag or whatever. Take your shoes off, put your footies on so you can have something to walk around in. Okay. Same here. So how is it that we miss that? How is it that we miss that? Instead of trying to tell them folks what they ought to be doing in their house, we don't adapt to say, oh, this is how y'all do it. Oh, okay. Did okay, well, I can't be doing this forever and a day, honey. I'm going to tell you a story. Child, the first time I went to a Catholic service, I went to church with my ex-boyfriend. Y'all know my last boyfriend that I had I had a boyfriend. He was a white boy, right? So, and I'm saying that because, I know there are black Catholics out there, but I'm stressing this point. We went and I went to church with him because he kept begging me to go. So I go and child, I didn't know what to do, right? Because I don't know the custom of the thing. So when we stood up, okay, I stood up like everybody else. Well, child, this whatever the thing they do with the spit and the thing, and I didn't know what that was, and it threw me. Then next thing I know, they got down they dropped down on the kneel, and I'm like, the fuck? And by the time I got down, they done jumped back up, and then they went. Ooh, I said, you know what? Wait a minute, wait. Let me just stand. Okay. I stood in one spot, and I just stood. I stood in one spot and was hoping this was going to be over soon because I don't know what this custom is. And that there was that. Okay. Oh no. No. I said, oh, I can't do this. Okay. Because I don't know it. Now, if someone were to go through the steps with me and say, okay, this is what we do and blah, 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 then maybe I would have a better chance. Should I go back there again? No, I'm done. I'm good. Okay. I'm good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And and I come from a Baptist Pentecostal church. So, when the preacher says something, I'm one who holler back, all right. But I see nobody else was doing that. So I had to keep telling myself, okay, say that. I'm whispering, and honey, I didn't call out because there was no call and response to encourage the pastor or whatever to get into that fiery spirit, But we just didn't do it. Okay, we just did not get into it, and et cetera, et cetera. So that there is that when in Rome, do as they do. Exactly, child. Exactly. Hold on for a minute, girl. You see?
Don't say that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that there is that. And yeah, I just lost my train of thought because someone just shared some news with me. But what we're going to do is this. I'm going to put that back into your laps right now and, say with this whole thing with Afghanistan and this, that, and the other, I have seen some statistics on the COVID vaccine and what their numbers were like. And carrying on because, again, I had not been paying attention. And then I was also told that once the folks had got here, the evacuees have gotten here, that, yes, they have been quarantined and they were rushing to get them tested, at least tested. And a lot of them were vaccinated from what I'm told, or at least the process of the vaccination was being started and et cetera, et cetera. So provisions have been made for evacuees as far as COVID-19 issues and stuff are concerned, considering that, we're still enthralled in this pandemic, So the numbers are there and carrying on. So I was just in this phase of wanting to make sure that, something got out there because, hell, the questions that I raised, I did not hear them talk about it like I'm talking about it on the news. Any other time they would have went on and this could have been a whole breakout session or whatever, but I didn't hear it. So now I have some insight and carrying on, and I want to thank all of you who wanted to enlighten me and things and say, no, let's look at it from this perspective. TJ, your ass makes me sick at times. Because he said up there, he got on his rant. He said, what is this? People taking double gym in school or what? And I said, child, if you don't quit playing, okay. But a lot of this is to make sure that the information get out there. So that's what we are doing this for, to make sure that the information is out there, honey. And hell, just like everybody else, some folks have questions. And if you got the questions, honey, this is where we got to look for the answers, okay? So this is what I'm going to do here. We're going to come out of here. I'm going to take my commercial break right now. When we come back, we're going to get into the second hot topic. And that there is this damn, the state of Texas. And the Supreme Court upholding their decision to ban abortions, what they're calling heartbeat abortions. If the doctors can sit up and get a heartbeat on the fetus, they will not and cannot perform abortions. And so the Supreme Court has upheld that by, what was the vote? I think it was 3-2 or 4-2 or something like that. Of course, all the conservative judges that 45 had put on that bench, okay, they were all in agreement with it. No, it's something to 4. How many we got? It's 5 to 4. It's 9 of them, right? So it's 5 to 4. It's bringing about something because we're about to get into a couple of copycats, because now, of course, Georgia want to revamp and a couple of other states. So let me go to a commercial break, and when we come back, I see you, Nick. I'm gonna bring you in a minute. Let's get into that, okay? I'll be right back in a minute.
Whether you are a resident or visiting the ATL, if you need to satisfy your soul and your hunger with some good old-fashioned scrumptious victuals, then head on over to Tara Boulevard and feast at the Country Kitchen Cuisine Buffet. The Country Kitchen Cuisine Buffet has a mouth-watering array of delicious delicacies that will tempt your tummy, tantalize your taste buds, and please your palates. All of our items on the buffet are made from scratch, just like Grandma used to make. Try our meatloaf, the succulent fried chicken, the smothered pork chops, the short ribs, the fried and baked fish. Try our oxtails, the turkey wings, and don't forget some of those fantastic sides with the macaroni and cheese, cornbread dressing, greens, cabbage, red beans and rice, potatoes and gravy, and oh my God, don't forget the cornbread and those decadent desserts. Your hunger will not be denied. Come on down to the Country Kitchen Cuisine Buffet, located at 8562 Tara Boulevard in Jonesboro, Georgia. Come on down and tell them that Big Meech and Dishing Tea has sent you. Yeah.
Angelo Ellerby, the Henry Higgins of hip-hop, is the founder, president, and CEO of Double Exposure Media Relations. Double Exposure Media Relations is a full-service public relations, marketing, and artist development firm specializing in publicity, photography, artist promotion and artist development, makeup artistry, event production, and EPK development. Celebrating over 45 years in the industry, Angelo believes that a culture that does not take care of nor respect its artists is a culture that leaves nothing behind to appreciate. Let Angelo help you make dollars and cents of the entertainment industry. Contact Double Exposure Media Relations at 201-224-6570. That's 201-224-6570.
Be bold, be unique, be the tea. With a unique body oil fragrance from the Sensuality Fragrance Collection. The Sensuality Collection embodies a unique array of customized original scents created by Big Meech. Indulge yourself in such fragrances as eye candy, foreplay, anticipation, shower fresh, naked beauty, or pay homage to the motherland and choose an oil from our exclusive Wakanda collection. Over 17 different scents that will tantalize your senses. Order yours today. Log on to www.dishingtea.com for more information. Because remember, it's all about the tea. Sensuality, that is.
All right, and we are back. We're back. Look who just came up in here. Oh,
Sorry,
Aunt Nick. Okay.
No,
Oh, Aunt Nick.
but I'm trying to do my homework, y'all. What y'all got going on?
Wait a minute, I can barely hear you. Wait a minute, it might be me. Talk.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's me. I had to turn my volume up. That's me.
All right, matter of fact, let me turn my African movie off because that's probably why I can't get my damn homework done.
Okay.
I know I'm addicted to it.
Wait a minute. Going over here. What you say? Bless you, meets. Okay, Theo.
Hey, Theo.
Okay. They don't holler inside the Catholic Church, child. Don't I know it, honey? Don't I know it?
Dress.
I like that commercial, honey. Makes you want to drive to Tower Boulevard. Let me tell you something about that Tower Boulevard, honey. Oh, and Country Kitchen cuisine buffet. Okay. Listen, y'all don't know it like I know it, honey. Y'all don't know it like I know it, baby.
Can I just say thank you for saying you like that commercial though?
Okay.
Yes, she did.
Okay.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Okay.
All those good shots make you want to go down there and get that food, don't?
Okay.
That camera was on point that day.
Baby. And then they got oxtails on the damn. Oh, child, I was up in there.
I'm going to tell you. Now, y'all don't know them oxtails like I know them oxtails.
Okay. They
And
had
I didn't
neck
really eat a lot that day because I was shooting and taking pictures and stuff, and then we was doing the other stuff. But that fish was good too. Y'all know I love seafood. I love fish. I love whitefish. Is catfish whitefish? I don't know, but I ain't never ate that. But I love whitefish. So now sometimes when you go to like chain stores and stuff like that, and it got like the batter and stuff like that, I don't like that. I like it to taste like it came fresh out my high ass grease out my kitchen, and that was what it tastes like.
Okay.
And y'all know how we is. How about when you go to the when you go to somebody's house and you look and you see some potato salad on the thing, and what's the first thing we say? Who made the potato salad? So for me, y'all, I was like, oh, okay, we talking about this soul food. All right, but let's see.
Right. Okay.
I ate. I said, oh wait, I'm not mad at that. I was, y'all know me, I ain't got no damn sense, so because I was all ready to be like, what this nasty
Right.
It was good.
What's on your mic?
Something on my mic?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what it is. The fan.
Oh, it's oscillating.
The fan.
It's oscillating. Okay. Okay.
Oh, and I got it right behind it too. Like the fan is literally right behind his mic stand. I'm sorry.
Okay.
See me, I'm all storm today. Y'all like it? Tell me yay or nay. I'm wearing it anyway, but I'm just saying.
Right.
So I heard what you. Well, I didn't when I was in backstage. I ain't gonna sit up here and tell y'all. I heard what y'all was talking about before because I was doing my homework. All right. So what now? Texas is doing.
We're gonna get into this thing. Texas. Let me pull it up. Okay. Texas. It went to the Supreme Court. Okay. And Texas has been given okay to their abortion laws have been upheld. Okay. And wait a minute, I'm
What's
reading
funny about Texas is y'all don't give a shit about letting everybody have guns and it could turn out to be the OK Corral. But you got a problem. Now, and I'm not in any way, shape, or form on either side of this. Well, I guess I am. I'm right to choose. That's who I am. Like, because you don't never know about somebody's situation. You understand? And
right.
As I've grown older, yeah, I'll be like, oh shit, like that's really messed up. But I still think it's somebody's right. You don't know. And if you ain't never had to be put in that position where you need to get one or think you need to get one, I would need you to shut the fuck up. Sorry. And okay. I said what I said. I know it's not Sunday, it's Friday, but you know.
Here's what this is. I'm reading this from CNN, okay? And this is dated for September 3rd, updated at 5:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, it says Texas ban on abortion beyond 6 weeks. Wait a minute, why is this thing moving? Stop that. Okay. I'm trying to read this, but you know they don't let you read unless you take the ad blocker off, and now all these pop-ups are trying to come up. Listen, before many women even knew they have conceived, has widened the reproductive health gap between the United States and other leading democracies. The U.S. Supreme Court formally denied a request from Texas abortion providers to freeze the new law on Wednesday, even though it violates Roe v. Wade, which legalized abortion across the U.S. prior to viability, which happens at around 24 weeks of pregnancy. Okay.
Now,
What?
see, that's where it get a little tricky. I think that's where it gets a little tricky for me. 24 weeks is 6 months. That is a whole baby, y'all. I'm sorry. I mean, but like I said, I wouldn't do it that far. But go ahead, Misha. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There says the law prohibits abortions when a fetus with a fetal heartbeat is detected, which is often before a woman knows she's pregnant. It took effect on September 1st. Court orders have previously blocked similar 6-week bans from taking effect in 8 other states. Okay. So yeah, you know, the whole 6 weeks and carrying on, when it comes down to those weeks and things of that nature.
6 weeks is only a month and a half, and that's the absolute truth. Sometimes people
Right, a lot of
don't
people don't know.
Listen,
You know,
my first child, I got my period till I was 4 months. And because I was only this big back then, I didn't know. I went to the doctor for something else. Y'all know I was still in high school when I had my son. I was still on gymnastics team, on the pep team. I was on every damn thing. I'm flipping around, acting like a goddamn fool. I didn't know. I went there. I'm like, because in my mind, I'm like, that can't be because it had only been one. And
right.
I knew that it had been a minute ago. And I'm like,
right. Okay. Now catch this. It continues. It says one of the most restrictive in the U.S. and the entire developed world. The law also allows private citizens to bring civil suits against anyone who assists a pregnant person seeking an abortion in violation of the ban.
that means all those crazy ass people who be out there protesting in front of the abortion clinics and all that shit. So now, not only is y'all going to tell them that they right, but you gonna give them the opportunity to sue people.
Exactly.
I.e. doctors, nurses, whoever bring them in. You don't know what the hell their situation is, and you out there ranting and raving, screaming in their face, and all of that. So now y'all gonna arm them with that as well?
Okay. Okay. Right.
Moving back into the dark ages, honey.
Right.
So you want the women in the back alleys and shit.
Which is what's gonna happen. Like it was when we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when we were kids, hell, okay.
I remember the talks. They talk about hangers and all kinds of shit. I'm like,
yeah, yeah. But see here, I think here is where it becomes most significant too, and that there is Georgia is one of the states that's looking to do a copycat. Somebody just said one of the guys, one of the state representatives said he's looking at bringing his bill back to the floor. But before he changed it, he thinks that his bill could stand alone. But other states are looking at copycatting that to where they're trying to bring it to where it's going. My problem with that is this, okay? The whole second part of deputizing everybody to bring civil cases against these folks, okay?
I feel like you arming them with a weapon.
You arming them, and then the court system is already overcrowded with shit that they can't handle. Now you talking about you gonna get these little half-ass little so-and-sos. What if we get folks who want to sit down there and chastise the baby daddy or chastise the baby daddy grandmama or whatever, you know, because you told and listen, they say assisting. So assisting is very broad right now. If I gave,
that's what I'm saying. That means the doctors and nurses. Meech, we drove a young lady to the damn abortion clinic. You can file a suit against me and you too.
Right.
That's the bullshit.
But wait a minute. Wait. Because see, I'm going on perception. Because a lot of the Planned Parenthoods are not only abortion clinics. They do
exactly. They give birth control. They give for STDs, everything.
Open up this damn Pandora's box because all it's going to take is for somebody to sit up there and say, "Oh, you dropped your mouth at the damn abortion clinic." Well, you don't know what they're doing.
Which I think is so messed up that they're allowed to do anyway, just for that reason, what you just said. It's a lot of people coming in there that ain't got nothing to do with getting an abortion, because you could also get consultation on other ways, like adoption and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
about the young girl who done got raped somewhere, ain't got nobody to turn to, and she go there to just see what her options are?
Right. Exactly.
And y'all out there acting like a goddamn fool. Now this child is somewhere jumping off a goddamn cliff.
Right.
Because you done made her feel like she's a terrible damn person.
That's what I think. See, a lot of, you know what, and let me say this. Because the fight is not with those who are trying, because I keep hearing the argument of, well, the baby's life, that's a life, and it doesn't have a voice. Somebody got to speak up for the voiceless. I get that to a point, but you ain't the motherfucker to do it, because y'all ain't went down and to speak up for those kids that's already in these orphans, the orphanages. Y'all ain't speaking up for the foster kids who get abused in these damn foster homes. All of you motherfuckers who keep saying that, okay, abortion should be wrong and this, that, and the other, I have yet to hear you have the same compassion, the same fight for all these other cases where the children are already here. And
not to mention y'all be the same ones thinking that the officers is right when they gunning down these damn babies out, those unarmed babies. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
See, so I'm
on that same line, because it's usually your same mother effers who are, oh no, they were in the right. That was a lie too.
You know,
times y'all stand on the sideline and think it's okay for somebody to flat out kill them.
Right. Okay.
But you rallying for a child that's not here yet. Now I'm like I keep saying, y'all, I don't know where I lie with it. Like I've been in that position.
Right.
And I do think it's up to the woman. Like my own personal thing would be, I think 6 months is too far. At 6 months, your belly could be already put you.
Right.
But that's my personal opinion. And I would never tell somebody, girl, you gonna get an abortion? Girl, you already 5 months. Because I don't know what the hell she going through.
My thing is this now, and I stand behind that as well. I just wish that fathers who want to be active in the baby's life have a bigger voice in the decision.
Yeah.
I just wish that fathers were absolutely able to have a bigger voice. Because I was, just before we came on the air, I was thinking about this. Because here's where it is. When women want to keep the baby, but the daddy is...
Oh, if you don't get out my damn head, I was trying to let you finish so I can say this. I know what you about to say.
When women want to insist on keeping the baby, but the daddy keep pushing the abortion, or the mama, or the grandmama, girl, you too young to have that baby, blah, 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 blah. And they push it on the girl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's
or
not
the other way around. When the girl want to have it, when the guy like, I'm just not ready. And then you make him take him through the courts and all kinds of stuff. So
right.
The reverse of either one of it is just terrible.
Exactly. And so this is where this is, because the sad thing is this. The situation you just gave, that's the acceptable one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that's
acceptable. You can make him be a daddy.
You can make him at least be legally obligated.
Mm-hmm.
You can make him. But if it's on the woman and she's there with, oh, this is my body, I got the right, but I can't make her be legally responsible when I want to keep my baby. You know, and so that there is where I have a hard time with this, even though I'm pro-choice all day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pro-choice all day in my personal life. If a woman were to ever have done away with my child, she can't tell me. She cannot tell me. She cannot tell me, and she better not tell me neither, because that's an ass whooping as far as I'm concerned. And I don't give a fuck how you feel. I don't give a fuck how you feel. I don't give a fuck how you feel. She could not have told me that she got rid of mine. She could not. Oh, Jesus. Wait a minute, I felt that. I felt that all in my spirit. I don't give a fuck. You ain't gotta like me no more. I don't give a fuck. If a bitch were to ever come to me and tell me that she got rid of mine and stood up in my face to say that shit, that's an ass whooping, goddammit. All that.
He said what he said.
That's a motherfucking ass whooping. But that's in my personal life. Now I do believe in choice. I do believe in choice. Now I believe in the choice, but you can't tell me you got rid of mine.
Because then you took away, first of all, when you're taking away somebody else's decision, you taking away somebody else's right to choose as
Right.
well when you do
Right.
that. Now, you know,
Oh God.
sometimes, I mean, I can tell you,
You feel that?
sometimes
Woo.
you got a that you like, fuck this, fuck you.
Right. Okay.
But like me said, don't tell us crazy ass, okay?
Right.
Just keep it
No,
moving.
no, just do it and be gone. Just because at that particular point, you said you didn't want to be bothered with me. You didn't want to be bothered with me. Ain't no need you coming to tell me no bullshit like that. Go on about your business.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was your choice. Don't come tell me.
Yeah, because you have to think it like it's somebody's choice to have a baby. It should be a person's choice to not have a baby.
Right.
I mean, like I said, the older I get, I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. But I still don't feel like it's my decision to take away somebody else's choice.
But here is the thing that, and I say this all the time when we get on this particular topic, and that I hear the argument that the pro-lifers have. The problem is that a lot of their argument is stemming from the idea that folks are using abortion as birth control.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you hear
and I get that.
Yeah,
listen, we've all heard about a person, or you may even know one.
Yeah.
Trying to do.
Every time we turn around, this bitch done got rid of a bitch. Wait a minute.
Because I'll be looking at them like, well, bitch, you must ain't never, because later on down the line, when you want to have a baby, bitch, you probably ain't going to be able to have one.
Yeah, right. Okay. And oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because I get it too. Like, I really do understand that part of it too.
And I think a lot of the anger stems from that particular part of the argument, and it's a tricky.
No, I think it's some more of that that thing that they've been fed.
Yeah.
Because if you notice, a lot of the pro-lifers are usually, I heard y'all say something, I don't know if this was on the subject, but I heard Catholic Church be thrown somewhere. A lot of the
well, it becomes religious. Yeah, it's a religious effort. Yeah.
So a lot of them don't even really know. I mean, I know that some of them come from that standpoint because I feel like that shit is wrong too. Like, damn, bitch, get your life together.
Right.
Close your legs, take a birth control pill, get a depot shot. How about a condom, bitch? How about that?
Right. Okay.
But it's the stuff that we get taught too. Like, so yeah, that's a really big deal in the Catholic. Well, it's a big deal in anybody's faith, but I think the Catholic religion is one of those ones where that's something that's in the forefront and talked about a lot.
Right.
Now, other religions, you may feel, they feel like it's an abomination or whatever, but they don't talk about it that much.
Right.
Catholic faith, they talk about it.
Right.
Hey, bro.
Bro said, I've had one, and I've done it because I wasn't ready, and the person who I was pregnant by didn't really care and got me pregnant on purpose. Wow. That's a whole nother side of that goddamn argument, because I can't stand that when dudes do it just to sit up there to say they done made a bedpost notch, and when women do it trying to trick a man into marriage or trying to be connected with him. Okay, I don't want. Okay. Meat's got 38 hot. You're damn right I did.
Didn't he?
Quickly.
Bitch, if back in the day when he tried it a few times, if you got pregnant, don't you tell him.
She didn't.
No.
I didn't know I was pregnant until I was 3 months. Wow. See, now you know what? My sister, one of my sisters, she didn't know she was pregnant until she was at 8 months, because she was still.
And it's been like that. I was still having a full period till I got in my 5th month.
Yeah, all the way up to her 8th month. But my mother kept saying, she said she kept looking at her. I was like, girl, you all right? But because she was still having her cycle, but then my mother said it did not dawn on me, because she was pregnant with my brother. She said that happened to her. She said her cycle, but she was 7 months, and she didn't make the correlation. Listen,
y'all, when I had Timmy, my stomach didn't come out until November. Timmy's birthday is December the 14th. When I tell you, at 9 months pregnant, I was 135 pounds.
Wow.
When I left the hospital, I had on those size 4 jeans. I was able to zip them right back up.
Wow.
So it be stuff like that. Like when women, like people don't get it. If it didn't happen to you, you're like, oh, that can't be possible. How you know you was pregnant? Well, it happens.
Okay.
There are women who still get a cycle.
Yeah.
And some people just be in denial sometimes too. I done seen that before too.
Right. When I told him, he didn't even try to stop me. Well, girl, exactly.
But like you said, you knew who he was, honey.
Right. Okay. And you know, now this is gonna sound harsh and cruel, but I'm gonna piggyback on what you just said, and that there is sometimes you knew the motherfucker was only good for a lay. He ain't good to be no damn daddy, and I don't need to be connected with him this kind of way. You know, not him, not his family. I don't need to be connected with him this kind of way.
Okay.
And you know, like the rest of our lives, and that's
because it's not just till they 18. I need y'all to stop saying that.
Yeah.
Ain't none of my kids 18. I still had to talk burn ass every day, even when I don't want to. Well, not every day. I block his ass a lot of times, but not every. I need to piggyback on that. And I know we're talking about this bill and stuff, but just the fact, like what you just said, Mish, you know who you laying down with. You knew that if that was a possibility, that's on you. I had to explain to somebody the other day, sometimes we got to deal with the consequences of who we chose to have children with. I get up and look in the mirror every day, and I have to be honest with myself every day. So I'm not going to tell you to do something that I didn't do myself. I had to tell somebody, when you lay down with this fool, i.e. my youngest, dumbest son, what made you think that he was going to be a good boyfriend, a good provider? He is a good dad. He's a good hands-on dad. My son loves his kids. But he's still a kid. Right. And he shows it every damn day. So talking to my daughter-in-law, and I made this no secret before, y'all. I told y'all I used to be like, oh my God, this girl should just get on my damn nerves. But I had to just have conversations with her and had to talk to her from one mother to another.
Right.
And say to her things that could encourage her to be better in who she is. But once we had to take responsibility for who we had kids with. If you knew the person you got kids with was not running the street, they ain't keeping no job, they hopping this one and that, every time you turn around, you about to beat a bitch ass when you should be whooping his ass, but all of that stuff, none of that gave you the thing that, oh my God, when I be with him and he's gonna take care of his kids, we're gonna be stable, we're gonna be a good family, we're gonna build together, we're gonna have this, if you knew that, then baby, all that, oh my God, stop it.
Right. Okay.
You knew it beforehand. And this is exactly what I told my daughter-in-law. If he decides that he want to be a deadbeat, are you going to stop being a mother?
Oops.
See, because we don't have that choice. Now, I mean, there's a few of us out here who just trifling like that and just don't raise kids. But are you going to stop being what you need to be to your kids because he ain't what he's supposed to be? Because that's when the accountability come in, and you got to say, you know what? Fuck it. It is what it is, and I got to take care of my kids.
See?
No, you shouldn't have to. But that comes back to accountability of who we are.
Yeah.
You had to get up and look in that mirror and say, well, I knew. So, and that's not to say just let the motherfucker be trifling. I'm just saying you got to play your own part and be accountable for what part you played in it.
There you go.
I'm just saying, ladies, y'all know I love y'all. And like I said, I talk to her woman to woman, mother to mother. I know that's my son, but I'm not that mom that be not my son. Oh, girl, well, no.
Okay.
That's not me. I don't do that.
Here, wait. TJ, Captain Kangaroo and Mr. Green Jeans love the kids. Don't mean you're going to have children with them.
Marty Marl love the kids too, I guess.
Wait. He's Captain Kangaroo.
Wait, but the fact that he took it all the way back to Captain Kangaroo.
Wait, he didn't leave it there. He said Captain Kangaroo and
Mr. Green Jeans.
Mr. Motherfucking Green Jeans,
And
child.
TJ ain't tell y'all how old all of us was up in this. Because the young kids probably like, who the hell is Captain Kangaroo? They probably think he being funny. They probably think he being funny. Y'all don't know Mr. Captain Kangaroo, huh?
Jeans, honey.
That PBS. Y'all don't know about that PBS. Back in the day, PBS.
Ooh, okay, right.
Remember when Morgan Freeman was on Electric Company?
Oh, Electric Company, honey. Hello. Yeah.
When Spider-Man used to be on there never talking. Remember back in the day, Spider-Man ain't even talk.
I know. Okay. Oh, honey.
TJ, that don't make no sense. TJ, you ain't have to tell everybody how old we was just then. Good Lord.
What?
Captain Kangaroo, well, I be damn.
Uh-huh. And Green Jeans.
Green Jeans.
With the cowboy hat. Yeah. Okay. Listen. Let me do this because you know that when we talk about this abortion topic and carrying on, it can get a little crazy. And carrying on, and I don't want to sit down here and go completely into judgment call, but y'all heard my little explosion on my personal views on it. But my political and philosophical view on it is I'm a person who believes in the right of choice. At the same time, because of stages of carrying on, I also want to hold those doctors responsible in carrying on. Because if anybody sits down there and terminate at 6 months and this, that, and the other, and there's no medical reason for it, sometimes they'll terminate.
Oh yeah, sometimes they will tell you,
because the baby was stillborn or whatever the case may be. But if you just doing it because this girl that said, I keep calling them bitches. If this girl that sit up here and say,
lady, ma'am,
okay, she don't want the baby no more, this, that, and the other.
And you don't waited all the way that time.
Honey, no.
You remember back, I don't know if it's still the law like that in New York, but back in the day, New York was doing it to like 8 months.
I remember that. Yeah.
I hope they ain't still doing that, but I remember.
I think they
even back then when I was a younger, I was like, hold on.
I think they outlawed that,
I hope so.
Because at that particular time, honey, hell, at any given point, you go into labor, so they
right.
It's no longer a fetus anymore. It's
because after 6 months, you can still have a baby that will survive.
Right. So at that particular time, yeah. I don't
now,
want.
Meech, let me ask you this before we move to the next thing. Okay, so with the way technology is, right? Like y'all know how back in the day we could barely see what the damn ultrasound was.
Right.
Now you get a 3D baby in there waving at you like, "What's up, mom?" Like, "Hey, I see y'all when I get there." The technology being so forward. What if that technology is able to pick it up sooner than it used to be able to pick it up back in the day? Because back in the day, you couldn't pick it up before about 12 weeks. About 12 weeks was around when they could pick it up.
Right.
So if the technology is moving forward and it's able to pick it up sooner with whatever new shit that they got, then you know what I'm saying? Then that's where that law thing get like, yay, hey, you talking about soon as they can detect it. But if technology is moving so fast and everything, and they able to hear things faster, like I said, I can use the correlation to the ultrasound thing. Before we just seen the little thing, and it's like you might have been able to see the head and whatnot. And now you can see full-blown pictures of everything going on in there.
Right.
Where's the fair in that? Because then somebody could be at conception, you turn around and then 2 weeks, you talking about something, you can hear it.
Now, see, you finna go into those muddy waters, because see now all it takes, because we got the damn religious, the religious right bill and carrying on that they were using against transgender LGBT children by saying my religious beliefs say I can't, my religious beliefs will not let me service you and this, that, and the other, So here we are now, because this thing is now in Texas. I don't know what the hell you heard at Texas School, because you got the damn things up on you. And so you're a heartbeat.
Ooh. Well, because now, they don't use the steppers, they usually use the monitor.
When they use the monitor on a but see here, if somebody wanted to be shady, okay, if they're trying to be shady,
yeah,
they won't have if they don't hear a heartbeat on the monitor thing, and talking about they hear it through their stethoscope, because it's so whatever, it's not going to be amplified or whatever, it could be faint, it could be something else, because
Redman was I think Redman was about, I probably was more than 6 months with Redman, and these motherfuckers, I don't know, the nigga was in there hiding, okay? Because the hospital that I was in was about to give me a DNC, and I'm like, y'all crazy, because I feel my baby moving around.
Right.
They thought I was going through something mental. I told Brian, take me to another hospital.
Right.
Redman was just in a position, like basically hiding, in a position where they couldn't pick up his heartbeat. And he could have came out at any time by then.
Okay.
So yeah, that's
okay. So that's something to consider. TJ, he said, well, Captain Kangaroo wasn't PBS, he was CBS.
Oh yeah, he was CBS. Oh, you better come on through, TJ.
On a major network when I was eating my Maypop. I want my Maypop now.
I don't know what that is. What's Maypop?
It was a cereal.
Oh, y'all know I don't eat cereal. I did used to like cereal back in the day when we was little, before they had WIC.
Yeah.
I used to love me some damn Captain Vitamin. And then all of a sudden the kids was like, it's a WIC cereal. I was like, bitch, we had WIC when we was little. I like Captain Vitamin.
Well, you know what? Don't you know what? See, you finna go into something whole different, girl. Because that used to make me mad. The stuff that the folks would get on the WIC coupons or whatever. People were scared to buy it.
Because if you had that in your house, you was there with.
Yeah.
I be asking people, oh, you don't use that?
Let
me give you a couple of dollars. Let me get some of this milk and stuff for my damn
food. Was the Captain Crunch alternative? Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Captain Crunch. I didn't eat cereal because I don't like milk, y'all. But Captain Crunch would scrape the roof of my damn mouth.
It's too hard, yeah.
I like Captain Crunch. And see, I was that kid that didn't really like sweet cereals.
Yeah.
I am a damn corn Chex. And I used to love Kicks. So y'all kiss my ass. Whether it was on, I don't know. Like, it was like the cereals that I loved when I was a kid, when I would venture over into a bowl of cereal, was when the time it was my kids, it was like, then nobody want to buy that.
Right. Okay. Rose said, I know it was the right decision for me, but I didn't have a little regret because I kept wondering if it was a boy or girl. Wow. That's human, baby. That's you being human. That's you being human. I had a girlfriend of mine, honey, who every now and again, it bothers her because she's like, oh, if my baby was here, my baby would be 32 years old, and it would hit her from time to time. But once you make peace with it, honey, you make peace with it. So, and maybe
yeah, I was getting ready to say that part. When you make peace with it, because sometimes, like we talk about, we pack it down, but you didn't let it up. You got to unpack it, air it out. Let's do this dirty laundry. Laundry.
He said, somebody bring out Nikki a scrunchie.
I want to get up and go get one. You don't even understand. I do. You knew that, huh? You see me keep pulling it?
Maypop was a maple flavor oatmeal. Yeah, it was a hot cereal.
Oh, okay.
It was a hot cereal. I didn't do oatmeal, honey. What I love
oatmeal.
I like cocoa wheat, honey. Cocoa wheat. Ooh, cocoa.
What was that, like a weedy thingy?
Yeah.
Like the mini wheats and stuff?
No. Cocoa wheat. It was a hot cereal, kind of like a cream of wheat, but it was chocolate. Okay. And,
we did cream of wheat and Farina honey.
Listen, again, cocoa wheat because it was chocolate. Okay.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, commercial. They used to play those. They used to play that on Soul Train all the time with the little train going up cocoa weeds.
Wait a minute, y'all, because listen, can we find that? What is it?
What?
Do
And
they still make it?
I think they do.
Because I will try it. Listen, because I'm like a cream of we just talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
I love cream of wheat, y'all. When I'm really on my watching what I'm eating, like I am right now, when I get a sweet tooth, thank God for watermelon, because I ain't got to get up and cook no cream of wheat. I usually get a sweet tooth in the middle of the night. So I keep cream of wheat in my cabinet so I can get up and make some cream of wheat. I put one little packet of Splenda in there. I make it with milk so it's nice and creamy and all that. A little bit of butter, and it's good to take away my sweet tooth. But baby, y'all know I'm a chocolate connoisseur, honey. I didn't know nothing about that.
Why you keep saying pole like that? I know what the hell I'm saying. I said maypole.
Oh, you bored, TJ?
No, he ain't bored, honey. He like fucking with me.
Maple, like maple syrup.
Oh, right. But and that's what it was. It was called maypole because it's maple flavor.
Like maple, yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay.
We had got it, TJ.
Right.
Somebody, what is called now? Chocolate?
It was cocoa wheats.
Cocoa wheats.
Mm-hmm.
Find this. And where Roll at? Because if I can't find it, I know she'll find it for me. Y'all know Roll be on it. Where Amy at? Amy here?
No, they're not here today.
Oh. I'm about to say. Let's see. If I could find me something. Oh, cocoa wheats. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Is this it? Wait a minute. Where the damn camera at? That would. What the hell, phone?
Japanese commercial. Here we go. Oh, I found it.
Is that it?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta come back to the screen so I can see you. Because I'm over here.
It's a original.
Wait a minute. Where you at? Okay, what you got?
Walmart.
Let's see.
Quick cooking. Is this it, Mitch?
That's it.
Guess who's gonna go get this tomorrow?
You stupid. Okay.
I can get my cream of wheat and it can be chocolate.
Right. Hold on. I'm gonna go share this.
Cocoa beans, hot and hot and breakfast cereal. Cocoa beans, hot chocolate breakfast treat. Any other food too, but hot for you. Hot, that's the way you make it. Chocolate, that's the way you taste it. Hot breakfast with cocoa beans.
I promise y'all I'm gonna go get it. And if Walmart ain't got, the only reason why I won't have it tomorrow when we come on the air is because Walmart don't have it, but I'm gonna find it. If Walmart ain't got it, I'm gonna order it off Amazon. I promise y'all.
Oh, they got it. Okay. That was me. I was like, what the fuck is that?
You still on the what you call?
On the YouTube channel. I was like, what the? I changed the screen. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Okay. But here. Let me do this because I've been meaning to play this for the longest period of time. Huh?
Oh shit.
Y'all ready?
Yes.
You ready for a little cackle? Just
let's do it.
Just a little cackle. Just a little bit of cackle.
Please wear your mask. Wear your mask. It is very important for you to put on that. This not no joke, and this is not no rundown. Wear your mask. If you vaccinated or not, throw on that mask and stop lying, telling people you vaccinated and you know dang on well you ain't vaccinated. You over trying to get people sick. Stop lying. Thanks.
Hear the music.
Wear your mask. Wear
And stop lying, telling people you vaccinated, and you know dang on well you ain't vaccinated. You over trying to get people sick. Trying to get people sick. You over trying to get people sick. Keep people sick. Keep people sick. You over trying to get people sick. Trying to get people sick. You over trying to get people sick. Keep people sick. Keep people sick. Word, no mask. Word, no mask. Word, no mask. On that mask. Word, no mask. Word, no mask. Word, no mask. On that mask. I'm a key baby. I'm a key baby.
Baby, baby, and baby, and B.
I think I must have sent that to like 1 million damn people the other day. Keisha called me from work. She was like, Mom, I can't. She said, I'm at this desk trying to help these people. And because I don't know if that's the same DJ that does it, but the DJs on the internet that do that to stuff that happens, y'all is undefeated. And I want to meet one of y'all.
Best one to date. Okay. Because you know we had a number of them, honey. Okay.
Because remember the one where the lady was in church shouting?
Yeah.
It was like the preacher, the pastor. It was the lady. I was like, I don't know who did this. You're going to hell, but I'm laughing.
This was everything.
I'm gonna be on TikTok with that. I'm gonna be on TikTok with that one.
Marquise, and I got to shout him out for that because he did the fuck out that production on that. Okay. And how he found all those clips, baby. You put some time.
They sit there and do it. That's why I said whoever the DJs are who sit there and go through that stuff, y'all, I love it. And we need to meet y'all. We need to bring some of y'all on here because it's amazing. It's so amazing.
Yeah, and again.
Y'all do good work. Y'all do good
That
work.
was excellent. I mean, hell, I'm about to put that into the damn on my little playlist, honey.
Right.
Have it into the donut factory.
Get your hype and get you together, make you feel good. You know, you just need that feel good song, get you laughing and back in your little thing.
You're trying to get people sick. Now, get people sick.
You're trying to get people sick. Now, you know damn well you ain't vaccinated.
Okay.
Meech, I wasn't here, so I need to know, did you talk about he looks like that fish? Because it's so many places we could go with. TJ.
No.
I think you was trying to set us up just and I'm so glad my other brother ain't in here. Y'all don't understand what we're in here right now. Because they gonna put us off the damn air. You understand, TJ? Stop. I wanted to ask because I usually y'all when I'm not in the room, I'm usually listening, but because I was doing homework, I wasn't listening. So did you get to talk about Miss Candace?
No, I'm glad you brought that up. No, I'm glad you brought that up.
Baby, them people down to the place said it's a no for me.
Wait a minute.
Ain't bring your ass in here.
And the thing of it, now you know what? Here now, let's be somewhat fair.
No, because I don't think y'all should turn nobody away, but it was sure it gave me the goddamn
where I am
giggle
with
of my life.
Damn it.
Yeah, I don't feel like that should have happened, but I sure had the giggle of my damn life about
that was the giggle. But wait a minute, because I'm understanding that she's being sued.
For what? Oh, the lady?
Yeah.
Denial of service. And she should
No,
Kim
is being sued.
For what?
Wait a minute, I'm finna pull it up because
I can't stand her little stinking ass. But I don't think she should have been denied to be able to get a vaccine.
Wait a minute. Okay, here we go. This is coming from Blavidity.
Okay.
Blavidity. Candace Owens is being sued for defamation by fellow conservative Kimberly Clark.
Oh. So somebody, one of your own people in your own house doing it to you, huh?
Wait a minute, let me tell you who she is. I'm gonna tell you who she is.
Is she black or she white?
She black, the black bitch that was running in Baltimore, that was walking through the hood in pumps.
Birds of a feather, bitch. That's what y'all get.
Wait,
You walking around in Baltimore like it's a damn.
Gagging. Wait.
We talked about that heifer. You in pumps in a damn suit, walking around in the supposed hood, because I ain't never seen a block that clear in Baltimore before with your green screen that they had behind your ass, bitch, because you wasn't walking down that street for real. What's she suing her for, though, Meech?
Wait a minute. Oh, did she say that for real? See, I think some of this shit, I think she's just saying this to be saying. Republican commentator Kimberly Clark has filed a defamation lawsuit against conservative pundit Candace Owens, Fox News 5 reports, or Fox 5 News, rather. The two conservative women have been feuding for the last couple of months. It began on June 18th when Owens described President Joe Biden announcing Juneteenth as a federal holiday as a way for the Democrats to repackage segregation. Quote, Juneteenth is so lame, she tweeted. Democrats really need to stop trying to repackage segregation. I'll be celebrating July 4th and July 4th only. I'm American. Then, after receiving backlash, Owens responded with another tweet. Quote, sometimes I wonder when, if ever, Black America will wake up to the psychological warfare and perpetual brainwash to believe everything is racist, end quote, she wrote. Quote, like when China starts talking about Black Lives Matter, how is it not obvious that we are political pawns? Okay. Now, here we go. Clark, a former Republican nominee from Maryland's 7th Congressional District, responded to a now deleted tweet according to reports by Newsweek. Quote, believe it or not, many in Black America are very aware the fight is classism rather than racism, quote, end quote, Clark said. Unfortunately, the loudest mouths with the largest platforms represent the majority. This might come as a shock to you because of your lack of engagement with Black people, end quote. Did she absolutely say that to her? Wow.
Did you just read that book that just happened?
I'm gagging that came from her mouth. Anywho, wait a minute. After arguing back and forth on social media, Owens claims to have, quote, incredible information about Clark that will, quote, blow your minds. She then released a 45-minute video on Instagram about Clark making several allegations about her past life before she entered politics. Wow. Okay. Amongst the allegations, Owens revealed that Clark was a former stripper in Baltimore, Maryland, and worked with a Democratic Party operative on her congressional campaign in 2020. Clark admitted to both, but she denied Owens' claim that she purchased cocaine and campaign funds and essentially operated as a sex trafficker with her husband. Ooh, bitch.
Look here, Candy. Because you acting like the girl, you acting like Candy from down the street right now. You ain't acting like Candace.
Appearing on the Armstrong Williams show, I don't really care for him. Oh, he not wearing his glasses no more? He must have got contacts. Okay. Clark responded to Owens' accusations. Quote, if Owens was the detective that she pretends to be, she would know that all of the clubs in Baltimore were shut down due to the pandemic in Baltimore, Clark said. So there was no possible way anybody was partying in the club or able to launder money into a club that was completely closed, end quote. She confirmed that she used to work as a stripper in Baltimore and is not ashamed of her former occupation. She said she feels, quote, bad for all these women that currently have that occupation that probably feel attacked right now, end quote, because of Owens' comments. Clark also admitted to hiring a Democrat to work on her campaign. You hire a Democrat that has the voter information that allows you to see which independents and moderate Democrats are good to target and hopefully go and knock on doors, phone calls to persuade for their vote. You would have to reach the Democrats in order to flip the district, she argued. The defamation lawsuit was filed in July, according to the court records. This here is dated for August 23rd, 2021.
Is the amount she's suing for known?
No, it's not. But I see that TJ put up in here that she thinks she's suing for $20 million.
Candy, get your purse ready. You might have to jump on the pole to pay this money.
Hold on. $20 million. Okay, yeah. She ran for Congress. Yeah, I know that because she was running in
we know.
Okay, yeah, that damn video, honey. I was like, bitch, stop. Okay,
yeah, she was a mess in that damn red suit.
One. I know Candace is though. You talking about Miss Thing? Okay.
Miss Red Suit?
Says she was snorting cocaine. Okay, the video is online. Yeah, Candace did a video. Yeah, they just said that. Okay,
yeah, but she said she was a stripper, okay. But she
it is okay. It's Clay Sick. Okay, okay. Thank you, darling. Armstrong live every other live every day on Facebook. Okay, thank you, but I really don't care for him. So okay, I really don't. I can only stand. I listen to Black Republicans to a point because you have to. I try to get into knowing their side of things, but when they start,
we can't argue something or try to get a point on something we don't know.
I can't because oftentimes I don't see them being objective. You know, it's one thing to have your point.
That's the issue I have with them. I feel like they don't like the way that we say we will listen to all sides.
Yeah.
More than most of the time, they don't. It's like, I ain't trying to hear it. It's this way and no other way.
Exactly. And
you think everything else is wrong, but if you don't know it, if you don't understand it or learn it or take your time to research, you don't know what's right or wrong.
Right.
So yeah, that's my issue. That's my issue with a lot of Republicans. Not that they Republicans,
either
it's just the way
the party people, the power to the people children, anybody who comes on and are very stoic with their position. And you know, I'm not asking you to necessarily change your mind. I'm asking you to open and to hear all viewpoints.
Just some understanding, that's all.
Let's have a dialogue rather than argument. You know, we could debate healthily, but anytime we sit up there and you just talking to be right, you know, that bothers me. I don't need you to be right. I need to be heard, not right.
Right.
You know, Candace was doing a video that ended it by saying, "Let me go blow my nose."
So that's very ratchet of her to be doing stuff like that. I thought she don't act like that.
That's who she is. That's who she is.
Smart ass.
That's who she is. Okay, and oftentimes, you know, like a little comment about Juneteenth being so lame, bitch, fuck you. And
that part, you know, like her comments about stuff like that. Like I remember before, I used to get so damn mad because I'm like, whenever I see this bitch in real life, y'all get my bail money ready because I'm gonna probably punch her in the throat. I promise you. But now I just be like, you know what?
You just, you know what, it comes to a point where you just gotta love her. But like, you know what, Miss Thing, whatever Kool-Aid you sipping, because that right now this is where your coin is coming from.
Yeah, so do your thing. Y'all know how I am. Y'all know how I am. I ain't here. I don't need to forgive you and all that shit. That's for God to do. It ain't my
right. I understand about understanding the American dream, accepting. I understand about not playing the victim card. I get that totally.
Everybody wants the American dream.
We're all Americans, honey. Here, I know is this, okay? As far as what I did with every day. Now, I could go grab a book. I could Google. Now we can Google. Before we used to get the encyclopedia.
The encyclopedia, honey. Britannica.
And we used to get the encyclopedias and carry it on and look stuff up. We used to go to the Dewey Decimal System of the card, you know, the card stuff and things when I want to research. But right now, my home is here. This is all I know as far as home is concerned, is America. Now I'm in Georgia, learning Georgia politics. Before it was Detroit and it was just Michigan. Okay, I knew. until I started traveling a little bit to learn how other people live and carry on. But to sit down there and say Juneteenth is so lame because you see this as a separatist thing, not understanding or not paying homage to the history of us being freed as slaves, our ancestors, bitch, your great ancestors. Okay.
Yeah, so like, because to me, the only question I have for her is, so are you saying that when that 2.5 years went on by, that part didn't happen? Or is that what you're saying? Because I didn't understand.
Candace forgot about her running to the NAACP for help back in the day. Yeah, you know
that's probably wrong with it. It probably ain't helping.
And I would love, you know what? See, here's what this is. See, the way how she just did Miss Klasick is how somebody needs to do her. Somebody really needs to go through her entire dossier and put her on blast on a 45-minute video, the way how she just did Miss Thing. Now,
but be lucky I ain't got the time.
What I find to be astronomical in this is the fact that both of them are conservative women. Okay. And here you have two black women who are Republican and they're conservative. Okay. And they both don't, their whole regime and what the party stands for. They both play that, but you see that we have two different types of black women. Because Miss Klasick said this, hold on, because she just called her out, bitch. You bumping your gums, honey, on something that you really need to bump your gums about.
Yeah.
Okay. And things that
your dumb ass in court.
Is history. Okay. And for us to make a holiday out of it, which I'm still on the fence about. Okay, it needs to have been legal, but not under the circumstances that we got it. You know what I mean? Because now you get it because it's a political move.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When it should have been.
So it's like we happy we got it, but we know what you're doing. Okay. And then we're gonna celebrate it either damn way. How about that?
But that's my argument with it, because see, for those who didn't see, now gave us another reason to fire up a grill. You know what I'm saying? When we should have been firing up a grill to begin with. Right. And what it is, because I know before it became, and it just did this last year, but years prior, when we talking about Juneteenth, everybody looked at me like, okay, well, what is that? So, we know it wasn't taught in schools, but then all of my power to the people children and all my dashiki wearers and carrying on, they wasn't doing anything to help to promote it.
To make sure that other people knew about it.
You know what I'm saying? Like we do with Kwanzaa. If we did that Juneteenth like we do with Kwanzaa.
Yeah, because it should be something that also, because of just what you said, it wasn't taught in schools and stuff like that. So some of us who are fortunate to know, like, even though I knew I didn't celebrate it, I just knew that day happened. I knew I would be like, we wasn't free on. I would always be screaming, I don't know what y'all doing on July the 4th, because our asses wasn't free on July the 4th. Exactly. I don't know what the hell y'all got going on. But I also didn't say, but on Juneteenth, we gonna go out here and do this.
Right.
So now, as I get older and stuff, like, we celebrated together as a club on Juneteenth and screamed it everywhere we up and down Daytona Beach, honey. We sure did.
Yeah.
And I think it is something to be proud of. Like we said, it definitely was a political thing. What was it, like a day or two before?
Right. Yeah.
It was political. Okay, Uncle Joe, we see what you're doing. It's cute. But, okay, so now remember before how everything they would give us that might have been a negative thing, and we know how to turn it around and make it say, oh, we could turn this around for us.
Right.
So let's do that.
Right.
Regardless of what they give us or don't give us, because we got like people like Kim that say, I don't give a shit what they say. Y'all ain't getting paid for that over here in Georgia.
Exactly. And all of that. So now we just have to learn how to empower our own holidays. I'm doing that with a lot of our holidays and stuff. We know how to celebrate certain things. With the alphabet children, honey, there's certain birthdays that we need to capitalize on. It don't need to be national holidays because the mass majority not gonna see why it's important to us. Just like we keep saying, how in the hell does Columbus have a fucking holiday when he didn't discover America? But yeah,
how you discover something where people already were? That's not a discovery. And now, if they said, and I said this before, Misha, if you remember, if they celebrated that in Spain,
okay,
I wouldn't have a problem with it because he discovered a new world for them.
right.
You didn't discover shit. People were already here, sir.
Right. See,
but if they celebrated it in Spain, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
right?
Not even a little bit.
Because it's not ours. It's
not ours. Yeah, like
But Marsha P. Johnson's birthday was August 24th, I think it is. That there, she's
the judge from Night Court, right?
No. Marsha P. Johnson is a trans woman, honey.
Oh, the trans woman
from who was instrumental in the march on Stonewall.
You talked about her before with us.
Okay, she and Sylvia Rivera. Okay, we got black and brown, honey. Black girl and the Latina. Okay, trans women who were instrumental in Stonewall rebellions and the march and that. And carrying on. She is one who is like the godmother of the trans movement.
Okay.
So that's something that, her birthday needs to be something just like we get together for all these other little things. We know how to travel here and there. The trans community needs to, no, that's ours. Okay, we're going to celebrate our Shiva, and carrying on. I'm trying to get Bayard Rustin.
It's 11:15.
Yeah. Bayard Rustin needs to be, his birthday needs to be celebrated as champion, as a Bayard Rustin.
Oh.
Okay. The architect of the civil rights movement. Okay.
I remember we talked about
so
the one that ain't nobody never know about.
Right. Okay. Well,
behind everything.
They claimed they didn't know about him. They knew about him and cared about him.
I'm talking about us as a people.
Oh yeah.
We didn't know he was behind so much of the things that were beneficial for us, and that's wrong.
Yeah, and then you got the power to the people children that want to destroy his legacy by saying what he was in it. He was a white supremacist agent because he was caught, he was sleeping with white folks. He had a white husband and blah 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 blah. So they're just trying to
defend. There's a whole bunch of black people that are married to white people that still fight for their shit.
Yeah, and carrying on. So be that as it may, but I said all that to say that we have to empower and embrace our own celebrations. To make it ours. If you're talking about we don't have our own, because that needs to be something cultural, Like Aretha Franklin's birthday, that's something that we need to rally around. When we talk about soul music, James Brown. You see what we do with Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston.
Whitney and stuff. Yeah, we need to do it.
See what we do because
it's important in the community that you in, because your community don't have to always be everybody.
Right.
But if it's important to the community you in.
Right.
Celebrate it. Don't worry about what everybody else got to say.
How
everybody else want to celebrate it because you want to and because you should, because it's important to who you are.
Listen, if we could sit down here and do July 15th as Jackie Washington Day. Entendre. If we could do Jackie Washington Day as a cult classic, okay? We can do July 15th as Jackie Washington Day. Bitch, every July 15th, since that movie came out, every July 15th, bitch, we all up there. Okay, we all up there. With quoting the movie. If you ain't watched it in a while, we go pull it out and watch it on, it's a thing. Okay.
I just wasn't y'all like this stuff.
All right, Bayard Rustin don't make a sci-fi incorporate. Now, you know what? Now, see, don't get me started on that because that's a whole different damn argument. That's a whole different damn argument, honey.
Well, they ain't trying to denounce him, did they?
Huh?
They ain't trying to denounce him, did
No, I don't know. My whole thing is shit. As much as he has done,
they should talk about him more.
Yeah, hello. That's the
Let's call up Ricky Smiley. Let's call up Ricky Smiley.
You know what? That's me.
Call him. I'm just saying.
Steve Harvey.
Mm-hmm. Ain't this they thing? They do something like this?
Whatever that is. Don't do it because they get upset when you fuck with them.
I'm a girl. They know I ain't in it.
Well, listen. I'm going to do it my way.
Good. It's kind of like I'm just saying.
Well, anyway. On that note, you know, we're gonna let the kids go in because I do got to go to the donut factory. Well, Christopher Columbus never came to America. You're right, he never came to America. Okay, because it wasn't called America when he got here.
He went down to the islands and stuff, right? And
Yeah,
where he went?
he was coming through, and then when he got here, honey, he thought he
But
was.
he had the that was the Pilgrims that was on the Santa Maria,
Yeah, that's the
the
field.
Mayflower and everything. When Malcolm said, "Man, land on Plymouth Rock, Plymouth man, land on us."
Okay. So yeah.
Oh God, but I ain't gonna go to bed. No, I'm not going to bed. I'm gonna finish my damn homework.
When you finish your homework, I'm gonna let the kids go because I got to get. You know what? Before I go, let me let y'all know this. Y'all see?
Meech, I'm about to cry, and I'm gonna tell you why. That's my dad's favorite group.
They just released. This is their brand new album. They have not had an album in 20 some odd years. And the bass singer, the new bass singer, Jesse Peck, is you know, we went to high school together, honey. That's what Top Desire. We were all the same drama player. He's the bass singer for the Spinners. Honey, yes. They just got new music. Just dropped a couple days ago. So yeah, I have it. And
Where'd you get that from?
Amazon.
I gotta see if my dad them got a CD player.
Yeah, and listen, it's classic. The sound is classic, and they're doing their thing, honey. And Jesse's singing on it. He got a couple of lead songs. Yeah, he co-leading on a couple songs, so that's lovely. So if you guys are into old school music and the legendary Spinners, honey, they have new music out. So I encourage you to go bunch that immediately, darling, immediately. On all your, if you, I'm old school. I like to have hard copies. So you know, wherever you listen to it is where you listen to it. So on that note, my darlings, you may finish all of your crumpets because the tea has been dished, and you get to sing tea, darling. With Big Meech and Aunt Nikki, and in the absence of the big guy ally, Big Red, honey, we want to let you guys know, honey, that we thank you, we love you, we appreciate you for coming and letting us do what we do. The conversation does not end here, honey. We're hoping that you take, like, subscribe, share, all of that above, honey, on whatever platform that you're watching this on, honey. Share it, like it on all those particular places, and we will do the same, honey, because we love you and we mean it, honey. Now, listen,
appreciate y'all.
If you love us, all your friends, honey. Okay? But if you hate us, you could tell all of your motherfucking enemies, honey. But do know everything that we're doing over here, honey, will move forward in any way, shape, style, form, or fashion, honey. Okay? So having said all that and knowing all that and doing all that and yada, 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 honey, I got to get ready to go.
We love y'all, and I'm gonna try to convince him tomorrow to maybe only do a Big Meech moment because he don't like to go to sleep and he gotta work. Bye, y'all.
I don't know about doing the Big Meech moments. We'll see, honey. We will see, because usually my Big Meech moments are usually they're pre-recorded. I could just do it and then just load it up. But on that note, honey, and sing.